Yo, what up, people? Third video of the day. And if you have suggestions of video clips you want me to respond to, just write it in the description, or better yet, write a message to me on Instagram and I can get back to you. And if I do, I'll put the video clip on my website and I'll make the response here on YouTube. But other than that, I do kind of have some big news about my stay here in Russia. Something I decided, I didn't think I was going to make a video about it, but I'm going to, because why the fuck not? And this is thanks to somebody who I had a talk with. I don't know if she wants me to say her name during this conversation, but let's just say she's a very attractive girl, very attractive as hell. And she's also pretty damn smart. She's a great girl, actually. I mean, up there, really up there, like unbelievable, right? So I had a talk with her, and basically, telling her about myself. And the one thing I always believed about myself in Russia was that, I could never have a girlfriend. But I don't see the point of having a girlfriend still. But I always say, I can never get married in Russia, something like that. I can never get married in Russia, it's not for me. But due to some research, first what she told me, then after what she told me, doing some further research on this, like if I were to get married in Russia, I basically came to the conclusion that it is better for me to get married in Russia than to not get married in Russia. Now, I'm not saying that I'm dying to get married because of certain benefits, but what I am saying is that is on the table now, absolutely on the table. This has nothing to do with Tim and Eddie's business. This is separate. They do what they do. I like what they do, but sometimes I just gotta separate, business from just what I'm doing. This is just what I'm doing. But I will not be surprised if I got married in Russia before the next 2 years when I leave. Now, me getting married in Russia doesn't mean I'm staying in Russia. Don't get it twisted. It does mean that I will most likely live in both places, have business in both countries, and stuff of that nature, especially if my woman is business oriented as well. You know what I mean? So it is a possibility one day that I will get married in Russia. It's very possible, but everyone's like, oh, who are you gonna marry? How are you gonna find a girl, marry, whatever. It's easy. Who am I gonna marry is gonna be the woman who I really, really like, who's not jealous. And everyone says it's not possible. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. And I'm tired of always bringing this girl up, but she's a perfect example of all of you retro Philko fans from back in the day, man. You know exactly who Crazy Face was. You know what I mean? We were together for like a year in 4 different countries, and she always let me do what I wanted to do, and she was never jealous. She had small rules, but within the rules she had, I was able to be free and happy in general. Because like, unlike most girls, the thing I loved about Crazy Face at the time was that when I was happy, she was generally happy. Genuinely. So like, for example, if she saw a video of me with some girl on the on YouTube when I was in another city, she would let me know, like, damn, that girl was really pretty. What's her name? Blah, 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 blah. So, and that was awesome. It was like having a best friend and a girlfriend at the same time. And once I find a girl like that again, I'm pretty sure with time and, consistency, I would propose to her. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, if I had to choose one person in the world to marry, if she didn't leave, it would easily be Crazy Face. She was good at business, she wasn't jealous, and she understood me. So like, whenever she was at my place, whatever, because we lived in many places together, but whenever she was at my place, I didn't realize. If it weren't, if it weren't for that girl, I probably would have had many girlfriends, like actual girlfriends, if I didn't meet her in the past 4 years. But it's because of her and the way she behaved that just changed the way I view relationships completely. It changed everything. Because right after my big breakup where, I cheated on my girlfriend for 4 years. I wasn't for 4 years. I cheated on my girlfriend that I was dating, the one who brought me to Russia. And I got caught and I broke her heart. I was like, oh, I gotta be careful with these relationship things. It's probably not for me, blah, blah, blah. And I loved her too, and I still cheated. So it's not like there's anything wrong with her. I just kind of realized that, hey, I kind of can't control myself 100%. And But by meeting her, you know, she understood it. Because whenever I meet girls, I try to tell them the bad things about myself. Like, hey, I've cheated, I've done this. Just so I get it out there, so, you know, there's nothing I can pop up that'll freak them out. Like, that's my style. Just throw it out there, right? And when I threw my shit out there, she understood everything. She was like, yeah, well, you know, you're a man, you're a popular guy. These things are going to happen sometime, blah, 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 blah. But you should be honest about it, blah, blah, blah. I was like, you know, you're absolutely right. You know, so it's very, very likely that I'll get married in Russia. Not even just for love, but like, I see, because you know what this comes down to? Everybody has a different opinion on love. You know what I mean? There's not one definition for love. Fuck Webster. There's not one definition for love. Did I say one dictionary for love? One definition for love. There is not. There's many. Because there's some people love in different ways. Some people can love you and just like they want to take care of you, be there for you and keep you happy. Some people can love you and want to be in a relationship, a sexual relationship with you for the rest of their life, just you two. Some people can love you and just purely care about your happiness. You know what I mean? And that's the kind of love I'm looking for. Someone who purely cares about my happiness. But that's going to be hard. You know what I mean? Because I understand today's modern culture. It makes perfect sense. And maybe it's not just modern culture. Maybe it's also, you know, DNA in most women. And in some men too. But right now, I'm speaking about women because I don't date men. It's like, you know, if the man you love is with another woman, you naturally get jealous because you feel that other woman is going to take your man away. But it's a fact. To this day, I've never left a girl for another girl. I've never fucking done that. And I will never do that. It's not in me to do that. That's something that is not in me. I find that to be absolutely stupid. If I leave a girl, it's going to be because of something she did. Not because of some new chick. So if I'm with a girl for 3 months and things are going great, I meet a new girl who's maybe more attractive, maybe more friendly. In order for her to even prove that she's worth my time, she's going to have to deal with the fact that she's not number one. So, let me explain that. I'm going in this video. Let's say there's girl number one. She's the main chick, whatever. I spend a lot of time with her. Her birthday, my birthday, holidays, gifts, whatever, right? And so, this kind of happened recently. And then new girl comes along, out of nowhere. She can be sexy, smart, cool, everything, all around. It's like, god damn. You know, it's like unbelievable. No matter how much I may want, like a part of me may want to say, hey, you, number two, you're now the main chick. You're now number one, and former number one, you're now number two because new chick. No matter how much a part of me may feel like doing that, logically, that is fucking retarded for many reasons. One, she didn't put in the work. She didn't put in the time. She didn't prove anything with longevity. Anyone can talk shit the first week you meet them, and they got this representative the first week or first month you meet them, and they're like, yeah, you know, I'm the best because I do this, or I'm nice, or this and that, I really like you, I really love you, blah, blah, blah. It's easy to keep that up in the beginning. But it's harder to keep that up with time. And not only that, if she really, in my opinion, for me, I know everyone's different, if she really loves me, and she really wants to be with me regardless, and she understands I'm an honest dude, and I say something like, all right, you're cool, I like you, but there was kind of somebody here before you, so, you know, like, we could see each other, whatnot, but I just need you to know about her, you know, because I feel that's something you need to know, because maybe you won't see me on my birthday, maybe you won't see me on holidays, or maybe you'll be wondering whose stuff you see around the apartment. Well, that's this girl, and I don't just leave people for new people, so, I can see you, we could chill, whatever, blah, 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 blah. We could do whatever, date, whatever the hell. But I just need you to know that. Now, if she's willing to deal with that, she's the kind of girl for me. Because most likely, when she's dealing with something, she's dealing with this, the girl in the first place will most likely, within time, give up. And then if that second girl who's second place, whatever, I don't mean like one's better than the other, but you know what I mean, the one who's first, one who's second. The newer girl, the one who came second, she's gonna be the number one. And then it's like, all right, goodbye, other chick, and then you with this chick, and who knows what can happen from there. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's just, I have a very different look on relationships. And people sometimes ask me like, what do you think about if a girl had many dudes? I'm like, yo, I don't give a fuck what a girl does, as long as she's honest about it. So let's say I was dating a girl, she's my number one. If she's seeing other dudes, I won't stop seeing her, but things will change drastically. Like, she better not ask me to buy her shit. Cause, you know, like when you're dealing with other dudes, I'm not buying you anything, like some dress or some high heels or something so you can wear it with somebody else. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not buying you shit. Like, don't ask. You know what I mean? And I always know when somebody's up to something. So when I ask a woman a question, you know, and they look at me, and before they even answer, I'm like, I already got the answer. I always do it. I don't know how I do that shit. I never know when a girl likes me, but I always know when they on some bullshit. I always know it. Even when it's random girls in the street, like they're talking, saying something. If I don't talk to them, that means they're on some bullshit. And I do that a lot. I don't fuck with it. What else? That's just how I feel, man. I feel relationships are all about honesty, man. They're all about honesty. Like, if you're not honest, you're just wasting your and that person's time. You know what I mean? You just gotta be honest, and everyone has, you know what? One thing people should do when they start getting serious, exchange definitions of love. Like, what do you think love is? What is love for you? If you both say something like spending the rest of my life sexually, emotionally, just with one other person, that's what love is to me. If you both have that idea on love, yo, you're a perfect match. You know what I mean? You're a perfect match. But if it's completely opposite, like one saying, one man, one woman, rest of their lives, whatever, and the other one's like, well, taking care of a woman the rest of her life, but sometimes being with other women, it may happen, and you both strongly feel that way, it's not gonna work. You're just different people. Doesn't mean one person's bad, one person's good, it's just not gonna work. You know, some people have very different definitions of love out here in Russia. You could ask some girls out here in Russia if they have a boyfriend, they will say yes, but that's not even their boyfriend. That's just the guy they're sleeping with because they only want to sleep with one guy at a time. I personally really like those girls. Those are the girls I tend to deal with. Girls who could be with one dude at a time. I like that. But if she's like really attractive, and you know, she's kind of open about being with more than one dude, I may still see her, but it's not gonna last long. I'm not gonna let that last long. You know what I mean? Eventually I'm just saying, all right, it was fun, let me leave it. I don't wanna get caught up in no shit with this chick. You know what I mean? So, I can go on forever about this topic, man. Forever, I mean forever. But at the end of the day, it's like, dude, you just gotta be honest with your partner. You gotta be honest with everybody around you. And you gotta face reality. That's one thing a lot of people don't wanna do. They don't wanna face reality. They really don't. Like, I know some people who aren't made for relationships and they swear up and down, oh, if we get married, I'm gonna be loyal, you know, I'm not gonna cheat on her. I'm like, nigga, are you kidding me? You can't even walk down the street without trying to get a girl's number. You think because you got another woman who lives in a different country that when you're here or some other place and there's beautiful women, you're not gonna cheat? Especially when, dude, you got good money and she get fucked that up for you? You better stop setting yourself up and understand reality. You know what I mean? A lot of dudes get caught up in that, and I don't understand why. You've been around for many years, you've had many relationships, there's never been a girl to make you only just be with her. What the fuck makes you think is gonna happen now? You know, 90% of men are not made to just be with one woman their whole life. Maybe emotionally, yes, but sexually, it's so rare. It's so rare. And of course it depends on the man, how popular he is, how attractive he is, how much money, education, all those different things that generally make a man attractive. Height, whatever the fuck. But most men are not made for it. A lot of men are forced to live that way because they don't have an option. But the dudes who have options, they can't live that way. The vast majority. The vast majority. So I guess that's all I really got to say, man. So it is very likely that I'll get married in Russia. And it's very likely. Let's just say it's on the table now. I've been here for 4 or 5 years. Now that's something that's on the table. And plus it's cheaper here. Ha! Let me throw that in there. I can have the bomb wedding, this motherfucker. I got a black friend in St. Petersburg who arranges weddings for a living. So I could pass him a good 3 G's and I have everything. You know what I mean? So that's really it, people. I'm out. Later.